Helicopters have been a vital part of air transportation for 100 years now. They are great at search and rescue operations, fast at delivering supplies to rural communities, and versatile enough to land on almost any surface, something most planes can't do. But we're not here to compare aircrafts, as they're both unique in their own ways. What we're going to do is talk about the history of helicopters. It's only fair, aeroplanes have their video already. The history of helicopters began with one man of great vision, Leonardo da Vinci, who had been thinking of flying for a while. Long before the first aircraft became a thing, Leonardo, inspired by nature's most beautiful birds, spent days and nights flapping, designing, and whirling wings that could theoretically achieve flight. As a result, whirling wings would get their special word, helix, which means spiral. Leonardo's earliest designs of a helicopter-looking device resembled the Chinese top, comprised of a pair of wings at the head of a stick. If you spin the toy, it will beautifully spiral down to the ground. By the end of the 19th century, many enthusiasts inspired by Leonardo's work and their own sources had already been testing their possibilities of vertical flight. By then, many have learnt that if the blades of a wing or propeller are set level, they will only whirl. What they needed was to achieve lift. It could be generated if the blades are set at a specific angle and then rotated. This is how a helicopter would generate power to take off. But to prove the concept right, the inventors required a light, sufficient and powerful engine, which at the beginning of the 20th century was almost impossible to get. However, two American inventors had other plans for the future of flight. The Wright brothers. They were the first inventors to achieve the first successful flight with their engine-powered plane in 1903. By all means, this was a groundbreaking event that established the dominance of a fixed-wing aircraft, with rotary aircraft being overshadowed. Despite the disadvantages, it didn't stop the enthusiasts from creating a machine that would rise vertically into the air. On the contrary, they were inspired to persist, and that persistence paid off. In 1907, 4 years after the first Wright brothers flight, Broquet created one of the first helicopter projects steered by the pilot aboard. This was a significant milestone in aviation history. However, this machine uncovered many serious obstacles that made flying it almost impossible. You see, the machine was quite unstable. It couldn't keep itself straight and tilted to the sides, posing a threat to the onboard pilot. It became clear as day, a helicopter cannot fly if it isn't stable, but achieving this stability is a unique challenge in itself. First of all, the rotation of the blades made the machine's body turn in the opposite direction from the movement of the blades. The effect is known as a torque reaction. There had to be some solution that would prevent the helicopter from turning into a furious merry-go-round. Inventors found a way to counter that torque by adding a small vertical rotor powered by the same engine to the tail. It produces thrust in a direction opposite to the torque reaction, effectively preventing the helicopter from continuously spinning. Secondly, another issue occurred when the helicopter moved forward. One blade of the rotor moved with the airflow, while another moved against it. This event resulted in varying air speeds for the blades, leading to unequal lift and instability. To fix the issue, the blades had to be hinged, allowing them to flap and adjust their speeds according to each other. With a solution ready to tackle any issues, the work on the helicopters persisted. The helicopter development really took off during the 1930s to the 1940s, with many projects succeeding, one of which was Ockelbo. The first German helicopter, Fokker Achilles FA-61, flew in 1937 when Hanne Reich, a talented German test pilot, flew the helicopter inside the Berlin Sports Stadium. Another pioneer, Igor Sikorsky, who emigrated from the Russian Empire to the United States, has also worked on helicopter designs since the beginning of the 20th century. With all resources at hand, he achieved great success in developing one of the first helicopters to enter live-scale production, the Sikorsky S-51. It was the first certified US helicopter that flew the airmail route from Los Angeles Airport, the downtown post office, and neighboring communities. Another company, Bell, embarked on their helicopter journey too, creating smaller, compact helicopters that could be used to fly to hard-to-reach places. spray crops, and much more. Helicopter technology is still being actively developed. We managed to put rocks on them and call them attack helicopters. We also managed to construct a tilt rotor aircraft, a kind of aircraft that can take off like a helicopter and fly forward like a turboprop aeroplane. The legacy of Leonardo da Vinci continues to live on and progress, and we hope to see more in the near future.